Good question. Link, link, link. Oh crap.
Yes. Oh. There was
Well,
a
just tell me the name of it and I can...
We Kill Monsters TV should come
Oh,
out.
that
Okay.
was, yeah.
Yeah, you're live.
If anyone's watching, hi!
Hiya! But yeah, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch now. Trying this out. Hopefully the stream doesn't die on me. But welcome to We Kill Monsters, the weekly show where I get to play with Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we have lots of fun. Just want to thank Sirenscape, who you probably can hear. I hope you can hear. Last week I didn't manage to turn it on. The cool ambient noises and music that we play whilst we play the game. Really cool. Check them out if you play Dungeons & Dragons or you're playing games. It can really sort of add to the atmosphere, especially now that we're playing remotely because of COVID. Also want to thank Travis Savoy for writing the music that I've added to Sirenscape, which is really, really cool. So, without further ado, if I've done this all correctly, let's get started. Tier 4. Last we left you guys, you had gone to the Duergar fortress of Sunblight, and you had taken on the warlord, Zardarok Sunblight, and managed to infiltrate his forge after he'd sent a dragon to destroy 10 towns. In the process, you managed to kill him rather quickly, a little disappointingly quickly for the dungeon master, but had used a considerable amount of resources to do so. You'd found some allies, as some of the Duergar, the evil dwarves, were actually tired of this paranoid leader, and you managed to get their help in overthrowing him. And at the end of the session, as you killed him and killed a lot of his henchmen, you were left in his forge. And you had destroyed the forge that contained a red dragon's heart. And that's where we left you guys. So, what would you like to do?
I think we need to destroy the crown and the glove. How is the stuff in the trough still molten and hot? Does that make sense to you guys? Hoping that it kills the dragon?
It could kill the dragon, or it could strip the reins off the horse, so to speak. It may be the only means of getting the dragon to come back here. Can I look at the glove?
Yep, yeah, you can inspect the glove. Are you touching it? What are you doing? Tell me, describe it to me.
I'm gonna take 2 javelins like a chopsticks, and I'm gonna pick it up.
Well, it's stuck on his hand. It's this kind of... it's made out of chardolin. It's like a metal gauntlet. So if you want to remove it, you'll have to kind of lift it up.
I think Derbick would have already taken all that stuff off. I think I said I did that at the end of the combat. So I'm happy for Calvin to pick it up and look at it.
Alright, I'll pick it up and have a look at it.
Did you actually take it off, or did you cut off his hand and take it off?
We're gonna try to take it off first. We're not gonna open with mutilating corpses. It's not our...
it's very Derbick.
Actually, it's very possible. I don't know if you guys recognize, but these are the cunts that killed my family.
Oh, actually, as we're stripping the king of his effect, I'm gonna whisper something to Derbick, trying to be very subtle. How much do you know about stonework?
Good bit.
What would it take to collapse a fortress like this? It must have a foundation somewhere, no?
It seems like it would be possible, and it seems like it would be justified and righteous. That's a fantastic idea.
Possible and impossible for us in our current state are 2 different things. But let's keep our eyes open.
Let's deal with the crown and the gauntlet, and then let's definitely think about that. Romeo, I like the way you think. I mean, Calvin, I like the way you think.
Alright, I hold up the glove. Do I see any glyphs on it or anything like that?
It's very rude, not rudely, roughly crafted. It's kind of... It's a gauntlet like an armor, like a full suit of armor gauntlet, but it's made out of the chardolin, so it's dark and black and icy looking. It doesn't look like there was any love in the crafting of the kind of item. It was purely sort of a labor of practicality. But as you are about to kind of do stuff to it, Nora kind of pipes up and says, "I don't have many resources left, but I could expend a high-level spell to let us speak with him, if you wish."
Yes, definitely do that.
Mm. Can I roll an investigation check on it or an arcana check on it?
Sure.
Which
I will help it.
What are you
would you
trying
like?
to? What are you trying to assess?
I'm trying to assess whether it's magically linked to. If I think there's any way it's magically linked to the dragon.
Mm.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
I guess how many questions can you ask? How much can you ask? Sorry.
Let me double check because I don't remember the spell off by heart. I never remember if it's 3 or 5.
It's looking like Oreo has.
First roll of the day. Natural 20.
All right.
He's like, what? So natural 20 for a 26 on my Arcana check.
Excellent. So Nora says to you, we can ask him 5 questions before the corpse will no longer respond. So
We shouldn't.
with a natural 20, you would feel like it's definitely something magical of some kind. Like it just, the way it's been crafted and how long it's been on his wrist, it's definitely a powerful item. You guys didn't get to see what it did, but it's something that he wanted on him at all times, which if it was just a gauntlet, like, he wouldn't do.
And do you think it would be any use related to the dragon or not?
That is hard to assess, without using a spell of identify or something like that. But it's got some kind of magical nature. Yeah, sorry, Akeem?
Are there any colourful gems on each knuckle of the glove by any chance?
Not quite.
So the things we should ask. Let's brainstorm. And I pull everyone close, so we're being a little whispery. Can I double check? Are any of the other Durgar listening to this?
Roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
I would like to do the same. So I better be ready.
Hey guys!
20. Dirty 20.
20?
Yeah.
As you scan the room, Akeem, you're certain that there's no one other than you. At some point, whilst you guys were discussing over the corpse, the other Durgar have disappeared. Very clearly intentionally didn't make a fuss, and they've gone from this room. You're alone in the forge.
Well,
Okay.
that's not ominous at all. Fine.
That makes me suspicious, but I tell the others this.
How do you control the dragon?
Yes, good
If we can
question.
control, if we can control the dragon, as much of an evil thing it is, I think it could serve us for one time for deconstructive purposes, before we can then destroy it of our own accord. If we can't, how do you deactivate the dragon?
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, the corpse doesn't have to tell us the truth.
No, that is indeed the case. We will not know for sure if he's answering truthfully, and he'll most
We
likely
just have-
recognize us as the people that killed him.
Can only you speak to him?
Yes, I must be the one asking the questions.
Out of all of us, he's less likely to speak to the shield dwarves.
Yes.
He's gonna be less likely to see a shield dwarf as an ally.
Unless we do the old ventriloquist trick.
I don't know if that's gonna work through this spell. Okay, so how do we control the dragon? How do you shut down the dragon? Sorry.
Calvin, you can make yourself look like Grunhilda.
Not for another 24 hours.
Ah. All right.
Unless we play to his ego.
Akeem, you have a question?
Well, I was going to suggest, what happened to that? I thought I had a spell that allowed me to persuade someone. Maybe I got rid of it.
Charm person, but you might have changed it.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. I was going to say, would that work through the spell?
I don't know if that works on a corpse.
He's no longer a person. Just to give you the DM answer.
Thank you.
All right.
Nora would explain. He's not really alive when I do this, and it's not even his soul. It's more like an echo of who he was. It is uncomfortably close to undeath, but if it is necessary, I will do so.
I have a thought. Can I? There's a couple Durgar corpses here as well.
Yes, there's quite a few.
Any of them with a helmet that would obscure the face?
No, they're not wearing helmets like that. They're kind
Okay.
of, the few that have a helmet is more like a skull cap type thing.
Okay, you know what, actually, I will remove my helmet, which I think might actually still fit, her. Maybe if you conceal your face, the corpse might just be foolish enough to not immediately assume you are its foe.
But
We can only try.
that's the helmet of the person who killed him. So and a somewhat distinct one.
Caliban, goes to, he just sheepishly puts it back on. Never mind. You know what, let's just do it. Okay, so, how do we control the dragon? How do we deactivate the dragon?
Okay, and but
What's its weakest point?
What's the weakest point? What are the most interesting things in the stronghold?
okay. Okay.
And is there anything in the stronghold that could bring it down, bring the whole thing down? Any objections to those 5 questions? Any alternates?
I think they're fine. If you get to speak with him before, Nora, tell him that the name is it Grimfelda?
Who's got a doggy that's coming through quite loudly?
Might be dogs here. Sorry,
It's
I
okay.
can't do anything about it.
Dervik, do you want to tell me again? Because I didn't quite hear it over the barking.
Arf, 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 arf. Nora, I've never seen this spell or have any idea how it works, but if there's any preamble to the questions, you should tell him that Grunfelda sent us, Grundolfa,
Grandolfa.
to and that we're now going to and that we're looking for ways to undermine the rule that she's trying to set up.
Ooh, that's
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea, Dervik. Very well. She kneels beside the corpse, kind of moves it so it's lying flat, and kind of points to one or two of you to kind of prop up its head and kind of lift up his back. And she kneels down and grabs a little sort of chain that she has at her sort of waist that has kind of little prayer beads and a little symbol on it. She puts it between her hands and kind of starts muttering under her breath. And then suddenly, sort of a strange kind of breeze comes out of nowhere and seems to sweep over you guys and then go over it towards the corpse, and you see it take a very deep breath, go and his eyes lock with Nora. Hello there. Sorry about all that. We have a few questions for you, and just to let you know, it was Grandolfa that caused your demise. We do not wish to continue being allied to her, so perhaps by helping us, you can undermine her efforts. And he's like, you can't quite tell if there's understanding there. It doesn't seem like it's alive, if you know what I mean. It's just like a puppet. He says, okay, so first question. Sorry, I've forgotten your question.
How do you control the dragon?
Okay, let's do them one at a time. How do you control the dragon? Must tell it what to do using the glove. and the crown.
Glad we didn't destroy them first.
Second question was?
How do you
That's your-
deactivate the dragon?
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Check he was telling the truth.
I would like
Yes.
to do the same.
That's an 18 on my insight.
Nice.
As much as you can read people, you're fairly sure that he's telling the truth, but the usual facial twitches and kind of expressions that a person would have to kind of give you tells seem to be somewhat overridden by the magical energy that's bringing the corpse to life. So you think he's telling the truth.
Right.
How do you deactivate the dragon?
How do you deactivate the dragon? Cannot deactivate. Must be destroyed. It will stop after it completes his orders. Nora will look at you like, do we still want to ask the third question as is, or do you have different questions?
What was the
on
third
he's told
question
us?
again?
I would say, how can we use the glove and crown to call it back?
Yes.
She relays this to him, and he replies, "You must put them on. Attune to their power, and you will be able to sense the dragon."
What are the greatest things of value within this complex?
So I'm just trying to think what he would say to this. My crown and my glove. are
Okay,
the
I
most
walked-
precious to me.
Okay, I walked right into that one. I'm sorry I wasted a question, everybody. Last one,
Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
before,
okay.
yeah.
What's
what was the name of the dwarf who we were conspiring
Wait.
with against him?
You're not.
Rudolph.
You're asking the DM that, not the king.
Yeah.
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 Grundolfa. Grundolfa Mudsgard.
Other than Grundolfa, whom else should we be concerned with in terms of elimination within this place?
My sons will avenge me. They will kill you all. And the neck just kind of falls to the side as the magic that reanimates him dissipates. So, what do we do now?
We use the dragon, then we destroy the dragon.
Hmm.
And it's gonna be me. None of you else are protected against magics of the mind. Except maybe you, I gesture to the cleric.
Yeah.
Except maybe you, but I
I'm
would
not
understand
putting that
if you-
on my head.
No, I understand that.
I recommend against you doing so either.
You want to destroy this place, right?
Yes. And the temple we
is-
just went past. We must
There is
extinguish
no
this
way.
evil.
There is no way we're surviving that in our current state. Akeem and I are absolutely tapped. And
Very well.
I'm more than a little beat up. This is our best shot of surviving and being effective.
And if we're able to call the dragon back, we save the 10 towns.
Mm.
All right.
I'm gonna grab the two things without putting them on, and I'm going to stand right where the lava, right where the font of like molten liquid is.
Mhm.
Durbik, if this goes horribly wrong, push me in.
Got it.
Out of character, the reason I'm volunteering Caliban is he's the only one proficient in both wisdom and charisma saving throws.
Yeah, go for it.
And I will put the crown on my head, and like the Hulk putting on the Infinity Gauntlet, I will reluctantly put the gauntlet on, and I will try to attune to both.
All right. So, I mean, first of all, okay? So, if you're gonna attune to it, it's gonna take an hour, right? So
Yep.
you guys can all take a short rest.
Cool.
Okay. But the moment you place the crown on your head and you put the glove on, you feel almost like a hand reach inside your body and grasp you, and suddenly you're elsewhere. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Don't fuck me, die! Okay, I didn't roll great, but I got a huge modifier. I rolled a 9, but that's plus 8, so 17.
All right. I need you to... As you feel your mind almost being swallowed by something, you take 10 points of psychic damage,
Okay.
and you feel your soul almost being yanked across time and space. You see flashes of things. You appear before a giant figure of a dwarven female with no face and a crown. And she looks down at you and speaks to you and says, "Who are you?" But as you stare, roll an insight check.
Okay. 19 total.
You're struggling to focus against this image of a god, and it's kind of like too much for your mind. It's almost breaking your mind. But as you try to look at it, you see past it, and you see that behind this facade, there's actually something else behind. You see a figure that is red and wreathed in flames and has huge horns and a black goatee and yellow eyes. And then
Oh, shit.
it locks eyes with you. Roll another wisdom saving throw.
18.
You wrench back. You take another 4 points of psychic damage, and
Getting
you're back.
dangerously close to death.
And you're back in the room trying to pull the crown off you, but you seem unable to actually lift it off your head.
Can I just interrupt, Calvin? We did have a short rest before you did this, so did you take any hit dice of healing during that?
Oh, could I have done that whilst attuning to that?
Well, no, this kind of happened instantaneously, so let's see what
But we had the
happens.
short rest before. But we had the short rest before we put the crown on. That's the only thing I was saying.
Okay.
No, we
okay.
did. Oh, we did?
Because, well, no,
Yeah.
like, I was saying that as he attunes to it, if you guys also want to take a short rest. But this
And he put it on before as he was. Okay, sorry, my mistake.
so
It's for us, not for Caliban, I think.
you guys kind of just saw him meditating, and about an hour later, he just seems to suddenly grab his crown and like just trying to pull it off. Like, but to you guys, he just seemed like he was trying to attune to the crown for an hour.
DM question.
Can I jump to try and take...
Am I getting some... Do I feel like I'm getting somewhere with controlling it?
Let me come back to that for you. You can help him, Hakeem, if you want to. If you see him struggling, yes,
I would
you
like
can
to
write-
try.
Okay, so roll an athletics check.
I don't know if I'm struggling yet, though. Isn't at least struggling to try and take it off.
Well, that's what it looks like to me.
You feel like something is trying to devour your mind. It's up to you what you try to do.
I got a natural 20, but I got a 19 because I've got -1 on athletics.
So Caliban, are you trying to get it off, or are you sort of trying to fight and
Like something is
overcome the-
devouring my mind, but do I feel like I can control the dragon yet, or do I feel any of that?
It's, you don't know. You're fighting off an intelligence that is so much bigger than your own, a power so much bigger than your own. You don't know if you manage to overcome this challenge, what will happen afterwards. You're not sure. This is just
Okay.
your brain is nothing but pain and basically control. Someone's trying to control your brain.
Okay, I'll try to take it off.
Okay, roll an athletics check to see if you're combined.
And I'm trying to help with the 19.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, so I rolled a 6, but athletics, that's a 15. Wait, no, 13. Sorry, I can't do math.
That's enough. You manage to yank it off, and you just see like a burn mark, like seared into your kind of forehead, and you chuck it into like the most distant corner, and you pull the glove off, and similarly it's stuck, but you're able to sort of finally yank it off after the crown is gone.
Arya goes, I assume that didn't go very well, then, Caliban.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Romeo knows who he saw. I feel like Caliban should know who he saw, but I'll ask the DM. Would Caliban know who he saw?
Roll an intelligence check.
Shit, I suck at those. Natural 1.
Yeah,
There was too much pain. There's too much pain. You definitely felt like there was something, like the goddess that these dwarves worship was not what she seemed to be. But it was too hard to discern exactly what you saw.
See, I put a hand on Caliban's shoulder and asked him, what happened?
My mind was thrust from my body, sent across space, and I saw the Dweger goddess. Except it wasn't her. I think some sort of grand fiend has been impersonating her and poisoning the king's mind.
Oh.
If what almost happened to me happened to him, it may not even have been the king in that body anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just drops one knee and just holds his head as like, ah. Okay.
So, do we think that anyone could control the dragon with the glove of the crown?
I don't know. But we don't have time to find out. And I will...
What if there were two of us?
I don't
What
think
if
it
one
works
person
like
had
that.
the...
Nora would say, I'm afraid that whoever puts these items on, they might be able to control the dragon, but we would never be sure that it's still them. And that they still...
True.
That their soul is still clean. This metal poisons the soul.
I have a radical suggestion.
Destroy the gauntlet and the crown.
I think so. No one could control the dragon because if Ingolfr gets a hands on that, we're fucked. And then we go. And then I think I don't know. I'd like to explore the I'd like to explore the rest of this castle. I think we best to go kill the dragon. That would be my thought process.
I agree, and I throw the gauntlet into the. What?
Before he does, I was going to say, we don't know how to destroy the dragon yet. The only thing we have is the gauntlet and the crown. I say we hold on to them rather than destroy it just yet.
I keep
But if
that
we-
dragon. The dragon's heading for good meat as well. All the 10 towns. If even one town gets destroyed, if melting this glove would have stopped the dragon, and we find out that that's the case, are you comfortable knowing that indecisiveness led to the destruction of even a single life?
Yeah. See, but the worry is if we destroy the only thing that allows us to control the dragon, and then we're screwed.
How would we
just
control
have to
the dragon? I barely survived.
Alright.
I throw the gauntlet to him like to catch it. You want to try? Be my guest.
And as he does it, I think, as I try to catch it, it bounces off my arm and lands in the thingy, the flames. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah,
And it just very quickly just kind of goes whoop and disappears with a sort of a bubble. And For a second, nothing happens. And then just this kind of wispy, sort of strange kind of glow, kind of seems like it's smoke, but it's kind of glowing, just kind of floats out.
Divine sense.
And disappears. You sense fiend.
Okay.
Do the same with the crown. Do the same with the crown. Do it quickly.
Yeah, I quickly throw the crown in. I'll throw up another divine sense if need be. It does only last, like 6 seconds or so, but... Yep, throwing the
Same
crown
thing.
in as well.
You throw the crown, kind of floats gently on the surface for like a split second, and then bloop, underneath. And then maybe 3 seconds later, just this bubble goes bloop, and this kind of smoke with a faint glow to it dissipates.
Also
Making any
fiend?
sense, fiendish
Yeah.
image.
Question for DM and everyone. What's a fiend?
A devil.
Or a demon.
Okay, fiend. Okay.
Fiend. Sorry.
Devil
I thought it was
or
a-
a demon, and it's important to
Okay.
note that they're two separate things in D&D.
Okay. Well, I guess they are two separate things. I guess.
Nora sort of looks at you, Oreo, and says, Mr. Oreo, I agree that the dragon must be stopped, but this much Shardlin could corrupt the entirety of 10 towns for sure, maybe even the entire Sword Coast. I am not comfortable leaving this fortress until we have ensured the destruction of this clan. I will go with the group's choice, but I think there's a danger if we leave here without disabling it permanently. No one in here should be allowed to stay.
Well then, I would defer to your expertise as a ruler and a leader for what to do next. I'm in no condition to fight, especially after that. Akeem isn't much better. How do you
firebolt
propose
the hell out of the
we
place? That's about it.
I'm in a no survivors mode right now.
How do you propose we either recover our strength whilst within the danger of the confines of this place, or bring it down in our current state?
I feel like there's not that much resistance left, but we cannot allow them to regroup.
Yes.
If
Agreed.
the people that are scared hang back a little and let us that are, more hand to hand, if you will, take the lead, I feel like we should be able to hold our own. But you can never know for sure.
Nora, I'm with you. I'm ready to go. Let's.
Can I have time for a short rest? I'm on 8 hit points.
If you want to have a short rest, I will say that the experience was harrowing. I'll allow you to take a short rest in only 15 minutes if you want to take a short rest.
If I'm allowed, yes please.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
enough of a fight in me just to put these mofos down.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
empty the
good to
clip
go.
on my hit die. I'm gonna roll 6d10.
Now, in the room that you're in, there are the exit you came out of, which was the temple to this goddess that the evildoers worship, and you can see another 1, 2, 3, 4 passages out. 2 are double doors, and the others are corridors. One is quite close to where you are, on the other side of the platform, and one is the one where the metal guys came out of to attack you in the middle of the fight.
Looking around the thing, is there stalactites, stalagmites, hanging from the ceiling? Is there rock formations hanging from the ceiling from this, or is it a smooth cave top?
Well, the cavern is at least partially natural, but you can tell that it's been dug out. It's this was a natural cavern that's been expanded. The room that you're in is about 40 feet high, down to 20 foot high along the south wall, so it's very, very high. There's not really much left in terms of stalactites. Whatever there was must have been chipped away to kind of clear space.
Any of the Durgar corpses carrying non-Shardlin weapons?
Yeah, their weapons are not Shardlin.
Okay, so can I find a war pick or something just to replace my sword in the moment?
Easy enough. All of them are carrying war picks.
Alright, I'll take up a war pick, throw it around a couple times. You're not a sword, but you'll do.
And the towers had separate entrances, from what I remember from the top of the tower.
So
the watchtowers
the
had
towers
separate
on
entrances.
the most eastern wall had entrances going in the same direction as a tunnel that's actually between them.
Okay.
Let me
And the
I
other
can show
towers
you
had-
again. Let's see if I can bring this out. Where is it? Nope, sorry, I do not have it ready. Damn it.
No, it's fine. I can't log into anything at the moment, so for some reason I've got lost all my passwords.
Should we just take the lift back up and go back up to where we saw Grundolfa and advise her of what's happened and sort out her account?
Wait. The mushroom man, the Myconid. Where was he again?
Throne room.
He may be the key. He may be the key to evening the odds.
I agree. I'm just trying to figure out. Dervik, is there any way to bring down the ceiling? Dervik, is there any way to bring down the ceiling in this place to take out the shardlin that's in this room?
Can I check about that, Dre?
And stop the forge working.
Yep. Roll your sort of stone cunning sort of trait.
So I'll make an intelligence check.
With advantage, I believe.
And it's not advantage, it says add double your proficiency bonus
Okay. Sorry.
to the bonus check. Okay, so I take a history, which is +1, and I add double my proficiency bonus, so that'll make it be +7.
Total?
Total is 16.
16. You're fairly sure from what you remember from your youth in terms of, construction and sort of digging. You were quite young when you got separated, but you're fairly sure that a cavern this big would require like a very powerful spell or a very large creature or an explosion of some kind to cave in. It's solid rock, hundreds of feet, above the. It's been carved out of the mountain. It's pretty solid. Not impossible, but difficult.
If only we had someone who could cast the fireball, maybe?
If only.
Would that do it?
Can I tell are there some structural weak points that looks like if you cast a fireball at them it would bring the thing down, like any keystone portions of the structure?
Think of it more like a hollowed out natural cavern. So it's like a dome. So it's a very strong kind of structure, naturally speaking. A fireball, you would know actually that fire itself might do some damage, but this is stone. You probably need something more like impact or sort of like a physical force of some kind.
What about a lightning bolt?
Oh, hang on.
Thunder might work a bit.
I don't have enough.
I have an idea.
Sorcerer points.
I have an idea. Now, I remember a story from my youth from a great Tabaxi hero called Hercat. And Hercat, he cleaned out a set of stables from one of the gods using a moved river. Now, I know we don't have a river to hand, but theoretically, we could flood the entire castle with snow, put an avalanche on it.
Right.
That's what I was originally suggesting. That's partially what I was suggesting as well. We don't necessarily have to fight them all head on. I like that idea, but a secondary idea. There was a horror story I read once. This monster called a xenomorph. A singular specimen of this kind was allowed to basically escape and hide, where it recovered its strength and basically germinated, infected others. And before long, it had corrupted the entirety of the complex that the titular characters of the story were inhabiting, and all but one of them survived. If we rescue that myconid, put it in a safe place where it's allowed to germinate, it could spawn and we leave with our hands clean and leave it to basically, in time, overthrow and corrupt this entire citadel, turn them all into its fungusy thralls.
Or even slightly less indirect, we certainly have a number of corpses around that it could now resurrect.
Exactly.
Good plan. Let's go see the mushroom boy.
Okay. How
Yeah, the story was called The Thing, I think.
So, you want to access the throne room.
Yep.
You were told how to get to the throne room using the elevator. The other elevator.
Did Bruvo, whatever his name was, I apologize, survive?
I think it was Bruvo. Well, he seems to be gone.
Right.
We should
Sneaky bastard.
You know the throne room's on this floor, and you know how to get to it by going up your elevator, across, and then down the other elevator. But you can probably assume that there's another entrance down here.
I will, Oreo, I'll assist you. Help me look for another entrance. I'll help you look for another way to the throne room.
Okay,
Right.
let's have a look.
Roll an intelligence check with advantage.
Intelligence. Oh, jolly good. We love a good intelligence check, does Oreo. That's going to be not so good on the roll, but that's going to be 14, Mr. DM.
Okay. You're fairly sure that based on where the sort of elevator is on the top floor, that you'd have to leave on the sort of northwesternmost door out of this room, which is closest to the top northwesternmost tower, just next to it. Just a set of large stone double doors leading out. Would you like to proceed?
Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
May I sneak ahead? Just
Sure,
to make
roll a
sure,
stealth check.
As we are, shall we say, not at full capacity.
Very well.
That's going to be...
Just to be clear, I'm stronger than I was when we went into that fight now. I'm ready for action. Let's go.
Yes,
You did some one-handed push-ups during the short rest.
Exactly.
17.
And actually, there's a little bit of a light in Dervik's eyes that you're not sure you're comfortable with.
Or you reach the door and very quietly push it open and peek through. And through, what you see is a very large and much more irregular cavern. Here you do see stalactites and stalagmites, but it looks like there's been paths dug by hand and chisel in various directions. It opens up, and it's quite dim. There's a few braziers sort of lighting it up, but you can clearly see out of a large tunnel on the northernmost point, 4 Duragard leading a strange insectoid-like biped out of these tunnels with a large sack pulled over its bulbous head. It appears they haven't noticed you, thanks to your stealthiness.
Okay. I whisper to the group and I tell them what's going on. Shall we stop them?
Yes.
Very well.
Okay.
By stop, you mean kill. Let's go.
All right.
All right. I sneak up as close as possible before I launch an attack.
Very well. Let me get ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Dervik, do you trust me?
Of course.
I'll grab Dervik by the scruff of his collar and by the seat of his pants and yeet him in the direction of the enemy.
well, okay.
Are you fastball specially, Derby?
Yes.
Let's just see what his total weight is, because I think that.
Okay.
I mean, he probably weighs 250 pounds, right?
Let me roll an athletics check.
He'd rather charge,
Yeah.
given the
So-
option.
Yeah.
That's a 26 on the athletics check.
If
I
he
rolled
wants
a
to be
natural
thrown, I'll let him be
19.
thrown, but I think he doesn't want to be thrown.
Yeah.
So, Oreo, you were sort of darting up ahead as they haven't seen you, and I will let you fire a shot to whatever you want before the combat starts. Everybody, but though after that, we'll roll for initiative.
Okay, so I want to aim at the one holding on to this creature.
Okay, very well.
Either Durgar holding on to the creature.
Oh, by the way, 2 of the Duergar are large and 2 of them are in their normal size. So,
Okay.
once you fire the
And-
big one, yeah?
Yeah, whichever one's holding, I want to know who's holding the creature, like holding his shackles or.
Okay. There's one that's kind of holding like a rope around its neck more clearly, so you can fire that one. Roll your
Okay.
to hit.
And that's going to be that's 25 to hit,
That definitely hits. Roll your damage.
and sneak attack. So and that's going to be 6 plus that's going to be 18 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna remember that just for a second because I have to get your initiatives. Can you please
Yeah.
tell me all your initiatives?
Natural 20!
Natural 20 as well.
Sorry, 22.
22 as well.
Oh.
Who's got higher dex?
I think we have the same dex. Yours is also 14.
All right, I will let you coordinate then. You guys can actually cooperate in combat. Akeem?
Natural 10.
Okay.
That's not bad. That isn't bad.
Come on, from the guy who just rolled natural 20.
Oreo?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you guys are doing well.
I think anything less than 10, I'm just gonna call a disgusting, like disgusting 9, or a shameful 8.
Okay. So, as the shot fires, then the guy goes, "Ugh," and looks around. And they all turn around to see you as you're sort of charging through. The guy holding the creature pulls the hood off, and all 4 of the Duergar go invisible.
Oh.
You're staring down this large insectoid-like thing that's like now looking straight at you and running
Wait,
towards
I
you.
forgot something really important, Dre.
Okay.
Really important.
Which
During the short rest,
is, Mhm.
can I attune to that hammer?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. Excellent. And given how high our initiatives roll, and since we may have rolled better than them, hopefully we can get a missile attack off before they disappear. And in any case, it will be shortly after they disappear, so I have a decent shot at where he is.
Yep, that's correct. So, do you want to use your sort of activating word?
Yes. Is it the name of the? Is it the name of the weapon?
I think I sent you a text, but
You
I
did.
can't remember how I wrote.
Yeah. So
You got-
right now we'll just say it's whatever the dwarven is for kick-ass. And
You hear Durbik say something in Dwarvish, brandishing his old ancestral hammer. And as he says it, you see it suddenly glow with an otherworldly bluish light, and light up almost as if a flame. It sort of reminds you of a comet. And because you're doing that, actually, I will let you go first this time and do what you want.
I am throwing it at the one that is closest to me as I charge.
All right, very well. You sort of rush forward and you swing your hammer and just kind of fling it. And the guys go, "What is he doing?" And you see it like sort of streak across, as if like a shooting star. Literally, the glowing around the hammer is kind of pulsating and just wreathing it like flames. But behind it is a streak that illuminates the entire cave as it just flies towards its target, who's going invisible. So.
20! 27.
Nice.
So that's a critical hit.
Yeah.
Stonir is the name of the
Please tell
hammer.
me this does like a d6 extra radiant damage.
How
or
much?
something
How
like
much
that.
damage?
Okay, so the top. Oh, it's doubled it. The top number is if it's thrown, I assume.
The top. What top number?
It's got 2d8 and it's got 1d8 and 1d10. So if I assume 1d10 is two-handed wielding. So as a thrown
1d10,
weapon,
yeah.
so we do 1d8. So 18.
How do you want to do this? The Duergar, the large Duergar is fading, like you can sort of see it go and disappearing from view as the hammer's streaking right across and it's gonna hit it.
Right here. Seems like a really good soft spot to just go right through. Yeah?
And you guys just see the hammer cleave through and just kind of smash the neck apart like it's jelly, basically. It's a blunt force trauma, so you don't think it should cut through, but it just cuts through it like it's a knife. And as the Duergar head and body separate and it starts shrinking, it also comes back and becomes visible and falls to the ground.
And actually,
shit.
actually get 2 attacks, right?
That's right.
So I think I'll do the same thing to the guy to his left.
And you guys see, like, oh shit, like, that was amazing, but as you're kind of gasping, the hammer actually and flies back into Durbek's hand, and he swings it again as he's still running forward, still sort of sprinting towards the enemy.
Only a 13.
Where have I seen this before?
Only a 13.
13 misses. The Duergar goes invisible, and you hit nothing, and the hammer streaks back. Okay, Caliban, it is your turn.
So there was one guy who was holding the chain around this thing's neck, am I right?
He's dead. He got hit by Oreo and Durbek.
Damn it. I was hoping to... I will rush forward where they were and take 2 wild swings.
Very well. At the Duergar, they
Yeah.
are invisible.
Yeah.
Alright, roll with disadvantage. With your war pick, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 plus 7, 14?
14 total.
Yeah.
That misses.
Alright, swinging again. Even lower.
You're, hitting, you're trying to find where they would be. You're pretty sure you know where they are, but just swinging and hitting nothing but air.
I rolled a 4, so I'm not even going to bother rolling again. I missed both times.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, Oreo's turn.
sorry.
That's okay?
Sorry. Okay, in that case, I am going to use. Can I? Suppose I can. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if I can do this. I was looking at something. Could I use my insightful fighting to track the invisible creature?
You can give it a go. You can certainly give it a go.
Because it's like fighting, or an eye for detail. I can spot hidden or invisible creature, so there's a perception check.
You can certainly try.
Okay, cool. Natural 20. Thank you very much.
As you strain your
20.
ears, your cat-like ears, you're like you know when a cat's trying to sort of stalk a prey, like your ears sort of bend forward, and you hear the faintest sort of crunching of gravel under a foot, slightly to your right, and you feel like you know exactly where the Duergar is.
Okay, so I'm going to attack, and that's going to be a 19 to hit with
definitely
Tabitha,
hits.
the crossbow. Did it get sneak attack or not?
Yeah, they're in combat with Caliban.
Okay, cool. So that's and that's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage, thank you very much. Is that your turn?
I am going to because the eye for detail is a bonus action, so I can't do anything else.
Okay. It is the large insect's turn. Okay, so it's going to look straight into your eyes, Caliban, and there's just an otherworldly intelligence to this. It's so not human. You feel a strange feeling, and I'm going to need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay. So I rolled a 10, so 21.
All right.
Oh.
You shake it off and you feel fine. All right. Never mind then. But it will make 3 attacks. 2 with its claws and 1 with its mandibles on you.
Well, fuck.
You're right up front. All right. So first, with its claws, Yeah, that hits. 22.
Just
Sorry,
hits.
23.
No, that hits, yeah.
1d8. You did. Oh, just rolled a 1. 6 points of slashing damage. Tries to
Copy.
hit you again. 18 misses, right?
Misses.
And it's
Needs
gonna
to be-
lunge forward with its mandibles. 20.
Misses.
Okay. It's very frustrated. He goes and like trying to get you, but only the first hit lands. It's Hakim's turn.
Wonder Woman! Ching, ching, ching.
So, where is everybody in relation to me? Because I'm trying to think of what's the best.
Okay. So you're all
Yeah.
running into a cavern, a large cavern. Ahead of you is a large insect with Caliban fighting it hand to hand. Slightly behind him is Durbik charging forward and throwing his hammer. Off to the side is Oreo firing shots, and you're sort of just slightly behind them, about 30 feet away max from all this ruckus. But you're not sure where the dwarves are. You knew where they were, just around this insect.
Okay, so it's quite tricky because I'm just trying to think of what's the best thing to do here. I'm going to cast slow on the creature.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, because then, or at least because I can cast it into 120 foot range, right? So I'm going to try and see if I can catch the other Duergar as well if they're within the range of that.
Can you target
Even though they're
creatures?
invisible. Up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube within range. Each target
Okay.
must succeed from a wisdom saving throw or be affected by the spell of the duration. So I'm going to target the thing that I can see, but anything within a 40-foot range of it, if they can be slowed down, then even better.
Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say that you can see, it just says in that range. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so wisdom saving throw for the large insect, he fails.
Nice.
And for the Duergar, of which there are now 3, so... Oh, they have advantage against magical effects. Still fails, the first one. Second one passes. And second one passes. So one Duergar and one... and the insect. You see the insect. In terms of the Duergar, you just feel like one of them got caught. But you just kind of see it go... And there's just a slowness to its movements. But very, very well. That's going to help out a lot.
I think I've got a bonus action that I can use, right? Or is that...
You can use a bonus action, but what do you want to use it for?
it's just 2-weapon fighting, so I want to try and take out my daggers, because I've got...
Sorry.
Oh.
That only works if you've made an attack for your action.
Then, no, okay. Nope.
Yeah,
It's fine.
that's okay. Silly D&D rules.
No, just still learning, so I'm like, what?
Okay, so it is Nora's turn. And she will... How badly hurt are you, Caliban?
6 out of 10.
As in total hit points, not how badly I'm hurt.
Okay. Well, she is going to Sacred Flame the big giant insect creature. So it's going to have to roll a dexterity saving throw. Which it does. Actually, does it have disadvantage because of slow?
I think it does. But I was going to say, don't kill the insect creature.
Yes. It's a wisdom saving throw.
-2 penalty to
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It fails, so it will take 2d8 damage,
Damn.
and you guys see it just like this like golden flame just streak through and hit it straight on the chest, and just it roars in pain. Little mandibles
Slowly.
like Yeah, it's slowed down. Those. Also, because it's Sacred Flame, I believe that there's going to be another effect, which is... No. Really, I thought you get advantage on the next hit.
If a creature attempts to cast a spell or a casting time of one action, roll a d20.
No, I mean, the thing that Nora cast on him, I think, basically, must be thinking of something else. Okay, never mind. And it is the Duragard's turn. So I got too many tabs open. They roll. Okay.
They've got to make a
As far as you know, they do nothing in their turn.
Right. Because we can't see them.
No.
Damn.
And it is back to Caliban and Durbek. I'll let, just for sake of consistency, Durbek go first, unless you and Caliban want to coordinate an action. Because you have exactly the same initiative order. If you want to do something together that requires both of you, I'll let you do that.
Like being able to boost someone up while they...
Yeah, that sort of thing. Or tripping someone, or, pulling it together, that kind of thing.
Can I still see the... Can I still see the chain that is around this thing's neck?
Yeah, there's a short kind of bit of rope kind of coming off it.
It's not tethered to anything?
No. It's just dangling.
I can't think of any coordination other than you go left, I'll go right, and let's see what we can find.
I will yell out to the thing in common. We're here to help you get revenge and free yourself. Help us to help you.
Alright.
And I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work, but who knows. I'm gonna throw up Divine Sense. My last one. Hoping that any Chardolin they have on them lights up.
Oh!
Very clever, but as far as you can tell, no one's wearing Chardolin in here.
Mother...
Balls. In that case, I'm gonna just swing twice wildly where I think they might be.
Roll with disadvantage.
Uh, 15.
15 hits. Roll your damage.
Nice. I'll just roll that in D&D Beyond. 11 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to do this? That's how many he had left.
I just look at Durbek, I'm like, this is never gonna work.
Nice. And then literally, as you say that, like your pick just kind of stops in the middle of the air. You're kind of holding it, and you just see like a Duragar's head appear around it, and the pick is kind of coming out the other side of the head, and it's just frozen.
This is great.
Okay.
I got one more attack, so I'll be like, let's go for a twofer. Ah, no. Oh my god, one of those was a natural 20, but the other was a 6. So, 13.
This time you miss. Too giddy with the idea that like, oh, I don't even have to try, but this time it doesn't work.
That's fair. I'd say a little tear going down my cheek.
And it's Durbek's turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so bonus action Rage.
Okay.
I'm going to recklessly attack, which means that my advantage should counteract the disadvantage, right?
Yes. Roll a perception check, because you're kind of running in. You weren't in combat with them. You have to find them.
Only a 9.
9? Okay, so you go somewhere where you think that they were based on sort of where they were and how the fight is going on.
Yeah.
And now roll with just a straight roll, and we'll see what happens.
That is a 26.
You manage to find them, and you hit one right in the chest with your new hammer, trying to cave in his chest.
For 10 points of damage.
Okay. Very good. Oreo, it is your turn.
So there's
Wait,
one's
sorry.
in combat.
There's additional damage. There's additional damage I left off. Because it does radiant damage as well.
That's true.
Sorry. So 4 additional points, so I think that's 14 points of damage.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, Oregon.
No, that's fine. So there's 2 left, plus the insect creature.
Correct.
So one's in combat with Durbeck. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so and the floor is kind of gravel and sand. I'm assuming gravel and bit dirt and stuff.
It's a stone floor full of gravel and dirt from mining. This is a mine. You can now see this is like they're digging for metal here.
Okay, so okay, so I'm debating. First of all, I shout to the creature, the insect creature in Undercommon, which is my new language.
Okay.
I go, thanks to Ranger, and my favorite enemy is Durgar. Well, one of my 2 favorite enemies for humanoids. I shouted it in Undercommon. I go, "We are friends. We are trying to rescue you." Because I didn't think it worked with Romeo, so I'm going to try an Undercommon rather than Common with Caliban. And then I'm going to again roll a eye for detail check to see if I can see the other creature, not the one with Durbeck.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 11 plus. What was that? Makes it 13. Not a great roll.
You're not sure. There's a lot of chaos and sort of confusion.
Oh, fine. And then in that case, I'm just going to roll to hit, try and attack the one that Durbeck isn't getting attacking.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be sneak attack damage because Durbeck is in combat. And that's going to be 9, 10. That's going to be 15 points of damage.
Nice. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
I watched Durbeck's hammer slam in, and I'm trying to look around to see anyone else. And I shrug my cat-like shoulders and just go, "Oh well." And I just point Tabitha and just let rip, kind of casually. And I watched it. I want to sort of go through one ear and then out the other.
Oh.
Accidentally.
And once again, just becomes visible, and he just kind of stumbles forward, nearly falls over onto Durbeck, and just kind of hits the floor, face planting. Cool. Is that your turn?
Yep.
It is the Umber Hulk's turn. But he can only have one thing he does. I think he only has one attack because of slow. Let me double check. More than one melee or attack. Yeah, so it can only make one attack. Okay, it's still gonna try and hit Caliban because that's the one that's kind of right in front of it.
Motherfucker.
Don't worry, Caliban.
And it misses. It's like, and tries to hit you, but it's too slow.
I just really casually just step away.
And it can't take a reaction, that's true. So you don't get an attack opportunity, you can run away from it. I mean, it doesn't get an attack opportunity on you. Akeem, it is your turn.
How far away am I from this thing that Caliban's fighting?
Maybe about 20 foot?
Damn.
It's right in front of you.
Because I was going in front of me. Can I move close to it before I cast the spell?
Yes, you can.
Oh, my view will suddenly change. I want to be within 10 to 15 feet of it.
Okay.
Suddenly, Bill's the only one that I can see, which, isn't bad, but I want to see everyone else. Nice. There we go. So I'm gonna use my last sorcery point to transmute my spells from Burning Hands into Thunder Hands, because I want to electrify the hell out of this thing.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. So, and it's this kind of tremor, like that you feel inside your bones, and it hits it, and something definitely goes funny. It seems to, if it's got claws, not hands, but if it could hold its ears up, you know, like, and kind of try to hold them like this, that's the sense you get of what it's doing. It's just kind of screeching in pain.
And I think that's 3d6 for the damage.
Okay,
Or you've got to do a saving. Well,
saving throw?
Need to do a saving throw? Yeah,
okay.
dexterity.
With a -2 because of the slow, so that's 9 fails. How much damage?
It's like a Pee Wee Herman laugh there.
Yeah. 11.
11 points of damage. Okay. Very good to know.
It'll do.
No, good turn, good turn. You'll see. Nora's turn. She will... Sorry, managing one of your maybe I'm gonna make the NPCs be something you do, guys. She's gonna try.
Yeah.
I can't this week, but definitely next week.
Yeah. Toll the Dead on this creature. So wisdom saving throw. And it fails. So that's gonna be 2d12. That's cocked. Not very much damage. But it takes 5 points of necrotic damage, and you see it gonna go, oh, and it doesn't really have veins, but its eyes kind of flash black for a brief second. And that's Nora's turn. And he's going to run around. Once again, you don't know what the Duergar's doing. But it's back to Caliban's turn.
So it doesn't look like we're trying to save the Umbra Hulk anymore, right?
No.
Fine, have it your way, and I'll take 2 attacks against the Umbra Hulk.
Alright, roll to hit.
Ah, shit. 15. Sorry, 14.
That misses. Like, you hit across its carapace, but it glances off. Is that with both your attacks?
No, that's 1 attack. 22 for the second.
That definitely hits. This time you crack one of its, like, plates of body armor, and it goes through, and just kind of this yellow fluid just kind of spurts out and kind of sprays you a little.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Good to know. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Durbik, it is your turn.
How big is the doorway that they came into this chamber from?
It's a large, like 10, 15-foot tunnel. It's kind of gnarly, and it seems to go on forever and disappear into the darkness.
Okay, Durbik is going to move back to try and block that doorway.
Okay.
And listen carefully to see if he can hear the invisible Duergar.
Roll a perception check.
$11.
You hear something, but you're not sure in which exact direction it's coming
Okay.
from. But you're right in the way of the tunnel?
Good, yes, and throw the hammer at the Umbra.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is a 9.
The first strings
And,
blast comes back to
21.
and the second time you hit it right on the head. Roll your damage.
8 plus 5, 13 points of damage.
Excellent. Good to know. All right, Oreo, it is your turn.
I'm going to, from where I am, can I get to where Bill is? Like in front, blocking the exit? Could I run there and get
Yes.
in my move action, or would I need to?
No, you can do it as part of your move without having to expend an action.
Okay, cool. Because otherwise I'd use feline agility, so I could double my move in combat. But but if I don't, I run towards where Bill is, and I hunt around for the Durgar as well, using my eye for detail feature.
Okay.
And I get a natural 20, so it's 29.
You hear echoing faintly further along the tunnel, clearly running away from you guys. Someone's running away invisibly through the tunnel.
And I shout at Durbik as I say this, he's that way, and fire Tabitha at him.
Okay, roll to hit.
And that's going to be 17 plus 7.
He's invisible,
But
at disadvantage.
But
with your thing, yeah.
With
Okay.
eye for detail, yeah, so I can spot hidden areas of creature. So it's 24.
That hits.
24, but it's only going to be standard damage because there's no, and I've used my bonus action, so that's going to be only 7 points of damage.
Okay. But you
But there's an arrow
hear a
sticking out of
gasp,
his
like
back.
and like an arrow hits something and sticks to it, and then kind of just fades into invisibility as he keeps running.
Is there blood on the floor?
Sorry?
Is there going to be blood dripping on the floor? It's not my turn.
It's very dark. You'd have to go and have a look.
I'm a gunner.
It is the Umberhawk's
Don't worry,
turn,
I got a plan.
and he is going to run away into the tunnel as well.
Oh.
So anyone that's engaged with it can take an attack of opportunity, and also anyone that it runs past. It's slowed down as well, so it can't dash, but he's trying to run back to where it came from.
So, Caliban gets an attack of opportunity, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, we're going
Gregg,
for it.
and Oreo if you want.
With disadvantage or just regular?
Well, he's visible. You can attack him.
Okay.
normally. He's
Natural 20.
All right.
I rolled a 2 on the dice, doubled a 4 plus 4, I think. Yeah, 8.
8 damage. 8 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Durbrick, did you roll to hit?
I rolled a 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
16 points of damage.
All right. As you batter it, as it's trying to run away from you, like bits of its shell are kind of splitting open, and kind of like its leg is kind of limping along now, but it's trying to run away from this craziness that it entered. Akeem, it is your turn.
No. Oh, can I get an attack of opportunity as well?
Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry.
So I rolled a 22 to hit,
Okay, that hits.
and of course they're in combat. Sneak attack damage. That takes me to 23 points of damage.
All right. And what were you doing it with? With your cookery?
No, I just spin around because I've had Tabitha in my hand. I spin around and the back of his head, drop him in the back of his head.
All right, and it kind of sticks right on the back of the head, and it starts leaking this yellowish, greenish fluid as it's trying to desperately run away. But it's still standing, but its head is half caved in. I guess Nora will just Sacred Flame him from behind.
Go Nora! Go Nora!
Wait,
Go
isn't
Nora!
it me before
Natural
Nora?
20. Oh, sorry. Yes, it is, but it's Akeem first. Sorry, I skipped you because I got confused. You get to go first.
No, that's cool. Do we know roughly how many there were before they went invisible? It's only just one left,
There's
right?
4, and there's 1 left, and you can see that Oreo fired into a tunnel that's disappearing. You can't see him, but you know he's running away from you.
So how far away is he running away from me?
He's probably about 40, 50 feet now, running away into the
Oh,
tunnel.
perfect. I'd like to cast Dancing Lights to make it perfectly visible. And can Dancing Lights, I guess if they're invisible, would shining a light cast a shadow?
you would know this. Magical invisibility, like, also takes away a shadow.
Ah, damn. Okay, because my thinking was like, if I could just cast a light. In that case, I will cast Firebolt in the direction that I last saw him running in. So I assume I can
Firebolt,
see.
yes?
Bolt. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bolt. I don't have.
yeah.
I don't have any
Yeah,
more of those. So.
Roll to hit with disadvantage, but you get to, like, if it's high enough, you'll be able to hit him.
How do I do it with a disadvantage again?
If you right-click on the rolling, it says
Ah,
disadvantage.
that was it.
Means you roll 2 and take the lower one.
Oh, mother. Alright, so I have 17.
17?
Yeah.
With this,
Oh, sorry,
fantastic.
I rolled 2 and picked the lowest one, right?
Yeah, but it should tell you if the lowest one was...
Yeah, 17. Mine,
Perfect.
with a disadvantage.
Excellent.
With the bonus of slow, you do hit him. So roll your
Nice. Alright, Firebolt at level 0, which is a cantrip. Meh. It's not that. Oh, 17!
Oh!
damage. How do you want to do this?
Yes!
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, as he's running slowly, I want the Firebolt to be concentrated into almost like a very thin line. And I want it to just split him in half.
Nice. Nice. And it does, but Firebolt is quite concentrated, so by even doing it more concentrated, basically you do split it in half, but just his head. And he appears, and you can kind of see the scorch mark with the smoking sort of ruin of his head, and he falls forward. But he's very faintly visible, except for like a second where the fire is actually lighting him up, and then disappears into darkness. Now, Nora rolled a natural 20 for the Umber Hulk, so she causes... how does she want to do this? The holy flame just kind of roasts this insect, and you guys see it just kind of pop, like it basically explode in the carapace, and the yellow fluid just kind of hits all the guys that were close to it, like they're being bathed in like a bucket of yellow fluid that sort of smells like a stink bug.
And Oreo utters the immortal line, "Oh God, I've been slimed."
All right, you guys are out of that combat. And as you
I go over to the
peaceful moments-
Umber Hulk corpse and I kick it and like, dick.
The only language it speaks, by the way, is Umber Hulk. So,
Damn it.
but as you kind of come to and have a quick look at where you are, you see a very large set of double doors, sort of to your left, sort of back towards the doors you came out of, almost next to them, that you think might be the throne room. But further to the side is just an opening. The cave keeps going off in the opposite direction of the tunnel, but it just opens up to a large, sort of irregular cave with multiple tunnels coming in and out that look like they've been dug out by hand.
I point to the double doors and I'll be like, wild guess that's the throne room.
I concur, let's go.
And I will come in like a wrecking ball. Actually, Durek, will you join me?
Yes.
Side by side.
All right, so you smash through the doors.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you smash shoulder barge through the doors and they open up, you see a corridor with another door right in front of you. As you're running through, you see like arrow slits either side of you, and there's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 30-foot corridor. Okay, what are you guys doing behind them?
Well, I've just gone, but where?
Yeah.
And I've just watched them
with-
do that, and I've just gone, oh bugger.
I'm with Oreo on this. I'm like, no!
And I think I saunter up behind them and sort of stop when I get at the doors and just watching them, like in somewhat amusement at the moment.
Okay. So you have a split second to react. You're running through this corridor. There's another set of double doors right in front of you, and sort of either side of you, you see like arrow slits. What do you do?
Can I grab Durbek, drag him down, and can we like power slide across the floor?
All right.
Why not?
Power slide across the floor, and poof, you come bursting. The doors kind of like flung open, like, and you see the throne room before you. There's a dais at the end with a large. You clearly see Chardolin throne. And inside
Roll
this
for
room,
initiative.
what you see is the ceiling of this hall arches to about 30 feet above. Stone steps leading to the dais on the south wall. Atop of the dais is a misshapen throne crudely carved out of black crystal. Small crackling flames burn in braziers that occupy the throne room's corner. Slumped near the east wall is a tall, bipedal, fungus-like creature, sort of glowing with an otherworldly sort of greenish light. Luminous spores float around it, and there are savage white fur creatures surrounding it. One of them is torn off an arm off of it, and the others seem to kind of almost be in a daze, but they seem to be trying to catch the little spores coming off of it. As you slam through the door and it opens, they all turn around and look.
Hello, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Asura?
But I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative. And
Worth a try.
I
I'm
have
going-
no... Shit! Why
I
did
need-
you guys do that? I could have
14.
rested before.
Oh my god.
Okay, 9.
Okay, and I need to switch to the battle cam. Hopefully that
7.
works. Right. Okay. So sorry. Hold on a second, because I need to set this up. Remember your number, because I will not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I'll just write down 7 for Akeem.
Mm-hmm.
What is everybody else?
14.
14 for Durbek.
9.
Ori. 9 for.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Okay. 30, 20. And Nora gets a 16 on her initiative. Not too bad. Not too bad. So.
We gonna die.
No, we're not.
All right. So, let me
I
put
got no
you guys
filter.
down. Caliban is here with Durbek. And everybody else is back here, just outside the door at the moment. Can you guys see it properly? Let me move
Yes.
the camera slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Oreo, what would you like to do? You just seen this happen, and all you can see is a tunnel like opening. You can kind of make out what's happened, but you can't quite see inside. You know there's creatures there, but you can't sort of see it as well as what Caliban sees, because he's further into the room.
Okay. So, how long is the corridor that with the arrow splits on?
It's 30 feet to go run across it.
I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to use my feline agility. So I'm going to double my move action because I'm in combat, and I'm going to run 60 feet. So I'm going to run rapidly across that corridor, 30 feet into the other room to the right, to your right hand side.
Yeah.
There you go, and then go and shout in Undercommon to the beastie creatures, going, "Oi! Leave Fungus Man alone!" and fire Tabitha
At who?
at one of the white furry beast creatures.
Okay, very well. Roll to hit.
And that's going to be well, hang on. I haven't used my bonus action. Can I roll insightful fighting?
Sure.
So that's going to be target's deception check. So it's against the target's deception check. So I rolled a insight check. So I got a 17.
Well, it's got a -5 on its deception, so you you get it.
So I get sneak attack.
You quickly realize that one of these, like 4 of these creatures, definitely the one you're aiming at, is no longer really alive. It's got those little mushroomy kind of protrusions and things you guys have encountered before. It's been, from what you were explained to by Grandolpha, you gather that it's been reanimated from the spores of the Myconid. And you kind of see a gap in its armor and you fire.
But this is one of the undead ones, or one of the ones that's got.
There's only one that isn't.
Okay, and the only one that isn't. Can I aim for that one?
Oh, okay, sure.
My passive perception is 19, so reasonably good at 18. Sorry, reasonably good at seeing what's going on. So roll to hit would be. Oh god, that's not so good. That's 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh my god. Okay. That's going to be 7 plus sneak attack, so that's 7, 14, 16 points of damage.
Okay. That's quite a hit for it. It looks and it turns around and just points in your direction. And the others like snap and look at you. Okay, it is these guys' turn. They're going to go large.
And then they can't get in the doors. Awesome.
And they're going to move through here.
Oh!
Shoot. Oh shit. Oh shit. Boys?
But they can't do anything else because they use their turn to enlarge.
Green guy's gonna fight on our side.
It is this guy's turn, and he is going to step back. And you see him kind of scan the room. He sees Caliban. And an evil smile cracks, and it's almost too wide, like the Grinch. It goes all the way up to its ears. And it does a little movement and a few words that you cannot understand. And it just points a finger at Caliban. And I'm going to need Caliban to make let's see. No. There's no save.
There's no save.
Oh god.
Hold on.
Like,
Unless he's... So what happens is, suddenly, the new armor, the new plate armor that you bought glows white hot, red, like it's been just pulled out of the furnace, and you just feel that it's searing across your skin. I need you to throw a Constitution savings throw.
Natural 20 for a total of 26.
Nice.
Okay. So you don't get disadvantage on attack rolls, but because you can't drop it, it will still cause the damage. So you take
fire
10
damage,
points of fire damage. Yeah, he doesn't know you're invulnerable to that.
I just smile at him with an equally white grin and I say, "It tickles."
Nice.
Very nice. And that's gonna be its turn for now. It is Nora's turn, and she will come to here, because that's as far as she can go. Sees the danger, and she will cast Spirit Guardians at 3rd level. So what you guys see is these kind of ghostly elven maidens that look like Valkyries just kind of appear out of nowhere, like maybe like at least a dozen of them just kind of and circle around.
But they're all tiny, right?
Around this big. No, they're kind of normal dwarfish size. You know,
Oh.
there's like heaps of them kind of just swirling around like spirits, just in an area which is, let me just double check, how big is the area? 30 feet kind of around her, so that's... I'm going to say she goes here. And so anyone that's caught, at the moment it's these two Duergar, will take, if they fail their wisdom saving throw, fails, one passes, 3d8 radiant damage.
Wow.
Oh, it's all gone red like it did for you, Bill, the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mine goes green. Mine goes like Matrix green, and a little dashes flying back and forth across the screen.
Alright, so, sorry, lost my place. Successful takes half as much. Okay, so she rolled an 8, didn't she? Is that as bad? Is that all she rolled? Alright, so 8 radiant damage. Sorry, running her and doing everything is confusing the shit. So one of them takes 8 damage, the other one takes 4 damage. And that's about it for now. But these spirits are all fleeting around and hitting anything that comes into sort of the area. And it is now the Spore Servant's turn. Are they gonna rush forward and attack?
No! We are this shot was not meant for you.
Oh, this one's gonna stand behind. Right. These guys are going to position themselves here. As they shamble forward, 2 claw attacks on Durbik and 2 claw attacks on Caliban. So 23 to hit on Caliban.
It's
And a natural 1d6 slashing damage. 6 points of slashing damage. And on Durbik, 21 to hit.
That's it.
And 3, and that'll be 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay, and I'm not raging yet, so
Okay. And the other ones are gonna hold back. And it is now Durbik's turn.
all right. If I'm going to try and get to those Dwergar, I'm going to have to let how many of the fungus dudes get attack of opportunity on me?
2 to these Duergar here.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to basically get 2 attack of opportunity.
and that would expose my spellcasting friends to the fungus dudes.
Yes.
Well, that's not good. All right. Then it's a bonus action rage,
Okay.
and 2 attacks with Stolnir right on this guy's face.
Very well. Roll your attacks.
The first one is a 23.
Definitely hits. Roll your
And
damage.
the second one is only an 11. I'm not raging yet, so... Oh, no, I am raging. So, 11...
Plus your radiant damage from the hammer.
And 15 points of damage.
Oof. Palpable hit. As you kind of cleave, you see it kind of... You know when those kind of mushrooms that are very dry, and when you touch them, it kind of goes... And you see little black things come out of them? It's like that. Every hit you do, just kind of... You feel like the spores coming off. And it is the end of your turn, unless you got something else.
Bonus action, 2 attacks. I see no much.
Okay. It is the Myconid's turn. He's gonna look around. He doesn't know what to make of this. For now, he's gonna stay put. Caliban, it is
I'll
your
take
turn.
it. Caliban's turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. The guy who had, you said, an unnatural grin, like it just cracked way too wide.
Mm-hmm.
just gonna look at that for a moment, and I'm gonna just, on a hunch, channel divinity using Abjure Enemy. As an action, you choose one creature within 60 feet, or that you can use to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Fiends and undead have disadvantage on this saving throw.
Okay.
If he fails, his frightened and his speed is reduced to 0.
Natural 20.
No disadvantage?
Nope.
Well, the one who casts a spell.
Yeah.
He's just got a big shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit then. That's my turn. Actually, no, I'll yell out to the Myconid, just hoping he understands it. If you can understand me, we're here to save you.
Okay. Let me see what he thinks about that. Okay. And it is Akeem's turn. You're,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still outside, right, at this point.
yeah, sort of hearing the.
So, did I just fall off?
So there you are.
Oh shit. Okay. So, Oreo's next to me, right?
There is running.
Orio's dashed in.
Oh, he's already dashed in. Okay, then I'm screaming, "Wait for me!" And then I run in as far as I can. There, and as I'm doing that, I'm casting Firebolt to whoever's in front of me, trying to make sure that I don't hit.
Durga!
Yeah, any Dwergar that I can see, I'm aiming my Firebolt
Okay.
at.
The ones on this side or the ones on this side?
The ones on the right.
Okay.
Those guys.
Okay, cool. Roll your hit.
My hit is going to be 17.
That hits.
Yes. And you want the damage?
Yes, please.
It's a bit disappointing, but I can deal with that.
As you
7.
kind of sprint in after your friends, and you just kind of sling your
Yeah.
fireball to the side, and it hits them right on the noggin. The hair starts burning, like scorching the skin. Okay.
Enjoy
that's
that
one.
one.
Cool. So, who else's turn? That's the. Okay, so these guys. Ah. This door flies open.
Oh.
And these guys come out. 4 more
This is-
of the white creatures. And they just kind of trying to figure out what's happening. They're looking around, trying to assess what to do and what's happened. At the same time, two more Durgards just come out of this door. In large size. Sorry, I don't have them in large size, but pretend they're large. They will look around quickly, and then they will throw their javelins at these 2 Durgards.
Oh, thank God.
Phew! God.
So that's... First one misses. Second one hits. That's 2d6. That's 2 piercing damage, causing 6 points of damage to the one that Akeem hit. And then 2 more. Natural 1. Natural 3. So the other guy completely misses his target. But now these guys look around in surprise and sort of trying to figure out what's happening. Okay, it is Orio's turn. And this is like a complete mess. Like there's so many things happening. Everybody flying around and trying to figure out exactly who's on whose side and how many people are in the room. Everyone's getting a little confused actually.
Okay. Oreo is going to. He's going to. What's he going to do? He's. Sort of, yes. So he's going to run to where the throne is, 30 feet.
Okay.
Bonus action hide.
Behind the throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stealth check will be 19.
Okay.
And he's going to fire at Tabitha at the Duragar that is off to the ones he just ran away from, basically.
These ones here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just picking one at random, and that's going to be that's a 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
Misses. Goes wide.
Okay, and then he shouts in Undercommon to the Minor King, to the Mushroom King. He just repeats what Caliban said. We're here to help you, we're here to help you.
Okay. It is the Duragar's turn. And they're gonna fire javelins at Nora and Durbik. Actually, first of all, they have to roll a wisdom saving throw. Fails. And they take more damage, 3d8. Let's do that again. This time it is 14 points of damage for both of them.
Oh,
As
poor
these
thing.
ghostly dwarf spirits just lay into them, butchering, kind of like slashing and like hammering them and kind of flying through them. And they're just just completely overwhelmed by these spirits. But they still throw their javelins. First at Nora, hits, misses. That's Nora takes. If someone can make a note that Nora. Actually, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
7 points of damage. And the other one fires at Durbik. 19? Sorry, is that a hit?
Yes.
And that's 10 points of piercing damage. And another javelin, 20.
That's it.
And that's another 10 points of piercing damage.
Woo!
And that's their turn. These two guys are going to engage with these two, closing the distance and fighting them. So, hits. 8 points of damage to my first Durgard, and misses, and misses. Okay, so only one took 5 points of damage. Sorry, it's kind of a messy combat. The one with the shit-eating grin that Romeo was trying to scare is going to he's going to, just looking around, do like a quick sort of wave of his hands, and suddenly whoosh, it's like a shimmer, and there's two of them, and you're not sure which one's right, which one's the right one. And it is Nora's turn. She is going to remain in range of these to not get an opportunity attack, but she's going to move herself here. And she will Sacred Flame the shit-eating grin one. And miss. Alright. Quagospore servants. They are all within range now. So they all have to roll a wisdom saving throw, which I don't think they have very much wisdom. One passes. One fails. So 3 of them fail, 1 pass. that is from the Spirit Guardians slashing into them. 18 points of damage to 3 of them. And 9 points to another one. But it is their turn. And they will close in on Nora. And they'll both attack. Miss. Miss. Hit. And hit. So 2 hits. That's 10 points of damage to her. Oh, it's not looking great. So Nora takes a few claw hits to her. She's not looking very good. And it's Durbek's turn.
Right. So there's one mushroom guy or 2 mushroom guys in front of me.
Yes.
One of them I hit, and one of them is uninjured.
Correct. Well, now he's injured from the from Nora's spirits.
Okay. And that's Caliban right beside me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going for Dwergar. I'm tired of fighting the mushroom men. So I will take opportunities of attack if required.
Okay.
And I'm going to go left. Yeah.
One opportunity.
I'm going to
attack.
use a bonus
Misses.
action to activate the hammer.
Okay.
And what I'd like to do for my 2 attacks is the first one I'd like to throw while I'm on my way, and the second one I'd like to do 2-handed while I'm there.
Okay. Roll to hit on the same guy.
Yes.
Very well.
So that is a 12
to hit.
on the throw
Miss.
attack. Okay.
The guy ducks out of the way as the hammer flies above him and comes
And-
back into your hand.
And a 21 on the second one.
Definitely hits. Roll your damage.
That's 12 plus 2 is 14.
How do you want to do this?
Crush the skull in right in the forehead.
Oof. Just to a pulp. There's almost no skull left when you lift the hammer up. And it's faintly glowing and smoking from the radiance.
Is he big for him? So I
Yeah,
basically
he was.
had to sort of run up his body to hit him and ride him down with my eyes on the next one. Yeah?
Yep.
So the next one in the corner there, as I'm riding the falling corpse, I'm trying to take the momentum towards the next guy.
Okay, you can do that. It's going to be the Myconid Sovereign's turn, and he is going to... Looking around, you see a moment of almost recognition, and you can't really call it a face, but it just seems to pick up its hand and go towards the one that was smiling and just go, and these faintly glowing spores fly forward and it engulfs it, and he has to roll a Constitution savings throw. Constitution +3. It fails. And it is stunned. You see him kind of just zonk out. And just, you can see that he's not quite there. Something's kind of possessed it. And it's out of commission. Yeah, I can only do that to one creature. Okay, it is your turn, Caliban.
The Quaggoth Spore Servants, do I get the sense that they serve the Myconid, or would they be...
Roll a wisdom check.
Oh, natural 16 plus 1, 17.
From how they were prompted to attack by the one that was smiling, you gather that he's got some form of control over them.
Okay, then, I'm going to try rush him.
And here, one,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, yeah, I'll allow it. but you'll take one opportunity attack.
Fine.
Misses.
And I stab him in the chest. Automatic crit, right? Because he's stunned.
Yeah, he's stunned. Well, is stun automatic crit? Or is it just... Yeah, it is, isn't it? No. Advantage.
I think it's advantage. Because I don't know. I haven't got anything up.
Sorry, let me double check quickly. Stunned. Where's stunned? Yeah, have advantage on the... Yeah, just advantage,
Okay.
not crit.
Fine. I'll take the advantage then to attack. So first attack. 21.
21 hits.
Second attack.
Did you take the heat damage, by the way?
Yes, I did. 17.
17 hits.
Okay, 2d8. Where is the d8?
Also, the armor stops glowing, actually, because he's stunned. He can't keep concentration on the spell.
Because if it had been glowing, I figured as much, because if it had been glowing, I was going to give him a big hug. So that's a 1 and an 8, so 9 plus 8, 17 points of slashing damage, of piercing damage, sorry, from the pick.
Nice, and you just like stab it twice, like right in the chest, 2 holes, massive holes, gaping wounds that are bleeding, and it's taking a very heavy hit. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think I have anything else. Let me just double check bonus action. Nope.
Okay, it is Akeem's turn.
So, I'm trying to think of what's the best thing to do, because the only thing I've got are like my cantrips. So I'm going to try and cast...
Actually, sorry, as a bonus action, can I just yell, focus this fucker?
Which one?
The one in front
The
of me.
one that he hit.
Okay. Well, in that case, firebolt directly to that guy.
I will say you can't come
Well, I'll
here
need to
get a
move,
clear
yeah.
view.
Yeah.
And you get advantage, so...
Ah, wonderful.
Is he still
So-
stunned? Or would the damage
I believe so.
unstun him? Okay.
So, hold on.
Damn.
Let me roll with advantage. Roll with advantage. And I pick whatever's the highest, right? Or...
Yeah.
Oh,
It
combination.
picks for you,
Um,
it picks for you.
Ah,
So
wonderful.
You definitely hit.
20.
Roll your damage.
20. Alright. 12.
How do you want to do this?
Oh!
Thank God.
In this case, I'm gonna create a fireball this time, but instead of just focusing it and sending it, I'm gonna kind of bounce it between my hands a little bit, almost like it's a ball, and I'm just gonna hurl it directly at its head.
And it's still kind of just waving like this because it's stunned from the spores, and it just... You hit the head with a scorch, and as the flames clear and the smoke clears, you see this basically just a skull. The flesh is being burnt clean off.
Bye.
He's dead. Very well. It is the
How many
Quaggas' turn. They've just seen their master die. This one's gonna try to run to Akeem. You get an attack of opportunity, Durbek.
Okay. 15.
14 hits. Roll your damage. Okay. That's
Wait.
both.
Nope. So 17.
All right. As whack, you hit it with the hammer as it goes past. He's going to try and attack Akeem with 2 claw
Come at me,
attacks. That's a +5. So okay. So first one, 19 to hit.
Yep, hits.
You take 6 points of slashing damage. And 19 to hit again.
Hits.
3 more points of slashing damage as it digs into you. This big hulking. It's almost standing up straight now, and you see that it's 6 foot without standing up straight. As it stands up straighter, it's like 9 foot tall. A big lumbering monster. It's halfway between a wolf and a gorilla.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Caliban. Alright, 2 attacks. Natural 1, obviously. Miss the other one. 3 misses. 12, they all miss. They're like, it's clinging off your armor and chipping their nails. God damn it. Alright. Oreo, actually these 2 have to attack these
That's
2.
gonna need a manicurist.
1 second. Hits. Ooh. Yeah, this guy smashes this guy's head in with the war pick. And he gets stuck inside, and as he lifts it, like the head kind of lifts with it. Like.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
And the other mate is gonna try and do the same. Natural 20. And the second one misses, but the first one's a natural 20, so the first it's gonna cause... Yes, kills the second one as well. So that's 13. Yeah, that takes care of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're going to move here. Get a view of what's happening. And now, Oreo, it is your turn.
I have to say I'm sorry, and it's my fault because I'm a bit dopey today. But I forgot that we still have the elk with us.
Ha! Oh yeah, good old elk.
All right. But
I forgot. I forgot. Sorry, but it's so I'm not saying it should be in combat, but I'm just reminding myself. But I will. I will, using my newfound trick, I will put my hand into the bag of tricks and throw a ball of fur at the quaggots that are surrounding Caliban to see what comes out. So roll 1d8, and that's going to be a 4. That's a boar. So a boar, a wild boar, lands on the head of one of the quaggots.
All right. So they're going to roll a dexterity saving throw. Let's see what they do. I would say that fails. And that fails. So it hits both of them, kind of like it lands on top of them. I would say that gives them 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the boar can attack.
And the boar attacks, and it is it's going to try to gore it with its tusk, and it does. Oh, it's 15 plus 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And it does max 7 points of slashing damage with its tusk.
Okay, as it gores it and kind of like gets stuck in its guts and starts sort of ripping open the stomach, and you see like little bits of the inside. Okay, and you get to do something as well, I'm guessing?
No, I don't. That's my action. Just throwing that.
Okay.
That's my action. Yeah, so that's my action. Yeah.
It's this guy's turn. He's trapped though. Doesn't know what to do.
And just save us all trouble and go ahead and die.
Nah. He can't run anywhere though, so he's gonna step back and fires javelins at Durbik. Misses. Hits. And that'll be... that's silly. Like 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's his turn. He's dead. So he's not... Nora's turn. She will try to maximize instead as much as possible to hurt everyone here. And she will also cast Toll the Dead on one of the quaggots. This guy. Alright, so that's a wisdom saving throw fails it. 2d12 damage. That is 14. And you see it, the one that took damage from the board just goes bong, like, and its head is like sort of pain, and all its veins turn black for a split second as some sort of necrotic energy pulses through him. And that'll be the end of her turn. It is the Quagos Spore guy's turn, so they get to roll wisdom saving throws. Fails. Sorry, dexterity saving throws, I think. Anyway, they all failed, so that's... going to be 12 points of radiant damage. And you see the swirling sort of spirits around Nora just lay waste into the Quagospore servants and just go to town on them, like it's like a frenzy. And one of them just kind of falls to the ground, dead. This one. Okay, and it's Durbek's turn.
Right, I am rushing at that guy, yelling at him that he's about to die.
All right, roll to hit.
That is a 21.
Definitely hits.
That's 14 plus 2, 16 points of damage.
How do you want to do this, Durbek?
Fantastic.
I'm seeing a massive blow to the side of the torso that caves in the ribs and just crushes his upper body.
Ooh, have you guys ever seen a metal like a steam engine or something like that implode from like the pressure differential? The hit from this newfound magical hammer is so big that there's like a cavity compression, and suddenly the armor goes and like just crushes around the torso of this Durga, and like blood basically spurts out of his face, and he dies. It's the Myconid Sovereign's turn, and he's going to move here.
Is he actually that big? Is that model to scale?
He's a bit on the large side, but yeah, he's meant to be a large creature. So I
Okay.
think he's more skinny and tall. I'll show you guys what it's supposed to look like from the illustration, but I quite like this model.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's great.
I haven't finished painting it. What is its attack? It's going to use as hallucination spores again on another Quaggoth. That is a failure, and it's stunned. This guy in combat with you in Caliban, you just see like all these little glowing lights kind of like hit him and kind of float around his head, and he just kind of zonks out, and he's kind of just doing this, like, you know, the Mortal Kombat when you actually kill someone and they were kind of doing this, like that.
Yeah.
Caliban, it's your turn.
Okay, who's left?
You have 2 Quaggoths in front of you, 3 Spore Servants behind you, and sorry, the guard's dead. That's it.
Since I killed the dude who was commanding the Spore Servants, so does it look like do they seem to have shifted mood at all?
Roll a perception check. Insight, sorry.
14.
You can't seem to see any difference, but...
Okay, any Durgar left?
No, not enemy ones, just 2 friendly ones.
I'll take 2 swings at the nearest one to me that's attacking Nora.
Okay, roll to hit. Of the Spore Servants or of the normal Quaggoths?
Normal Quaggoths.
Okay.
I'm just gonna focus one, whichever one looks weaker.
Okay. Well, one is stunned, so maybe you should hit him.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna target the stun one.
Or the one with a bore on him.
Actually, yeah, no, the one with the bore on him, the one who's more injured.
Okay.
If it's the same one as the stun one, is it? Or is the injured? Okay, then 19 for the first hit. On the injured one, not the stun one. And the second hit, 11.
Okay. How much damage?
For the first hit, which is the only one that hits, I'm guessing 7.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
He's getting gored by the boar. The boar's kind of like digging into its guts.
I'm gonna... This may be a little extra, but I'm gonna drive the war pick under his chin.
Okay.
So that it sort of like juts out of his head slightly, and then I'm gonna grab it from the other side and do like a lever action, and his head and most of his spine comes free.
Yaku.
Wonderful.
I'm not even going to add anything to that. Akeem, it is your turn.
I am going to... There was one right in front of me before, right?
Yeah, he's in combat with you right now.
Yeah, the dude who was like, hey, I want a slice of this, and decided to try and come at me. So I'm going to give him a good helping of Firebolt right to his face.
Okay. Well, actually, when it's in hand-to-hand combat, you'd have disadvantage, but shocking grasp you'd be able to do without that.
Let's go with that instead.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize he was that close.
Not the damage, to hit first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, just realized that. Mother... 9.
Not enough.
This close to the 20.
Yeah. You throw your hands out, and it dodges out of the way. It's quite big, but it's very nimble. Okay. It is the Quagus' turn. Quagus. And they have to roll to see if Nora's thing catches them. And... Okay, so quite a few failures there. $21 points of damage. Oof. Alrighty. As once again the spirits rip into everything. Also, I don't. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Okay, so and then they get to attack. One of them is stunned, can't do it. This guy. He's gonna attack the boar. Natural 1. Misses with both hits. Alright? The other guy's gonna attack Akeem. Oh, that's cocked. Misses. And misses. God damn it, these guys are so... Oreo, it is your turn. Oh, actually, sorry. These two guys will fire at these two guys with their javelins. Hit. Miss. Hit. And natural 20. So that is... Okay, and... These two guys, just you see like a flurry of javelins get thrown, and they're dead.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Okay, Oreo, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'll use the boar first. The boar will attack the creature that's attacked it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
It's gonna roll to hit, so that's gonna be not very good. That's a 9. That's not gonna do very much.
9 misses.
And then I will, from my hiding point, fire Tabitha, so the hot-hand crossbow at this creature that's attacking my little furry friend.
Okay.
So I'm getting quite attached to the furry friends now, and that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
And it's as it's in combat with an ally, sneak
You
attack.
get sneak attack.
And that's going to be 5, 10, 14 points of damage.
Nice. As it goes right under its huge hulking rib cage, and it's like staggers for a second, but it's looking really hurt, but it's still standing.
Don't attack my furry friends.
Duergars are all
Careful,
gone.
you'll end up with a level of druid like that.
I've got a level of ranger now. That's good enough for me.
Close enough.
It's Nora's turn, and she will. I think she will try to use Toll the Dead again on the one that's standing. The one that's on Akeem, actually. She turns around and sees Akeem in danger, and so she casts it. A natural one. Does it take half damage or no damage? Doesn't take any damage. Okay, so she fails at her spell.
Don't worry, Nora. I'm still good.
It is the Quaggas' the Spore Servant's turn. And he fails his saving throw, and therefore most likely dies. Because no, just and only rolled a 3 on 3d10. Or 3d8, sorry. So the spirits lay into this Spore Servant, but it's kind of shooting them off and trying to avoid them. It doesn't get quite as many hits. So they're still okay.
Shoo!
But he's going to attack Nora. Actually, he is going to run over to where the guy that was smiling is. Take an opportunity attack from Nora. She misses. And he's going to pour its jug of spores into the guy's face, washing all over it. And you see him get filled with this kind of weird flowing liquid that's almost a gas. And suddenly, and he stands up. And he's being reanimated. And that's the guy's turn. Durbek, it is your turn.
Okay, so the big green guy is not acting like a threat. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, he's helping you guys.
Good. So, what is the closest threat now to me? I can't. There's so many bodies there. It's hard for me to tell.
This guy attacking Akeem is the closest one to you.
Ah, awesome. Then I think 2 big old hammer blows to the back are in order.
Nice. Roll your attacks.
21.
Definitely hits.
10 plus 16 plus for 21 points of damage.
Ooh, how do you want to do this? Jesus.
You just got to break the spine right between the collarbones, right? Like.
Oh, just like an impact like that. That's just see something inside shatter. You can't even see the damage, and yet this thing just kind of drops completely limp as its spinal cord's being completely crushed.
And then for my second attack, how much move do I have left? And who's closest?
You can get to this guy who's stunned.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So I attack with advantage, is that right, if he's stunned?
Yes, you do.
So 27.
Definitely hits.
14 plus 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage? Nice. Yeah. How do you want to do
Bye-bye.
Head splat on the floor, right?
You just burst like a melon. Excellent.
Nah.
It is the Myconid's turn. He's going to blow his spores on this guy. And he fails. He is stunned. Caliban, it is your turn. You're engaged with someone who is stunned.
I'm going to put 2 very large pike-shaped holes into his chest.
Go right ahead.
25.
That hits.
And second attack, 24.
That hits.
10, 18.
18 points of damage?
Yep.
Altogether, both hits?
Altogether, both hits.
Okay. It's still standing, but it's on death's door, literally like a hair away from death as it's staggering, full of like just cuts and holes, and it's really damaged. It's really hurt. Akeem,
Well, let's actually kick him in the nuts now. Go ahead.
Well, in that case, thank you for the opportunity. And at this moment, I am going to get that same character to meet its maker using Firebolt once again. How far am I from it?
You are.
Alright.
That's good.
Yeah,
35.
that's far enough to do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah! 9!
Oh no.
I was
You
close.
have advantage.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
stunned.
Oh,
He's still
do
stunned.
I? Ah,
can roll
shit,
again.
okay. Damn, I should have done that before.
One again, and then
Oh, that's better. 21.
Definitely hits. Roll your damage.
Then I'm gonna do a little thingy, just a tiny little thingy around 12. 12 will do.
How would you like to do this, Mr. Akeem?
This time, I would like to cast the fireball right through its chest, like leaving a hole that you can actually see through.
Nice. Just sling it, and he's kind of waving from the spores sort of affecting his mind, and poof, out of the back of his chest just kind of, and the fireball hits the ceiling and scatters, and you just see a smoking hole, and he falls to the ground dead. It is the Quagga's turn, and they're all dead. So these guys are going into combat with these, and they'll attack. One hit. 2d8. That is. And he's gonna miss, unfortunately. No, wait, 5. No, he still hits actually. They got a low armor class. 2, 5. Okay. So they're laying into these two guys, the one that's just been reanimated and this one. Okay, and it is their turn. Oreo's turn.
okay. Sorry, I can't see very well, but so who's left of the enemies?
There's 2 reanimated guys, and that's it.
Okay.
Actually, yeah,
So
that's the
I'm
guy's dead.
okay. So one of the reanimated guys I fire Tabitha at. Do I get advantage because they're in combat with allies?
You don't get advantage, but you get sneak
No,
attack.
but I get sneak attack. Yeah, sorry. They're in combat with allies. So that's going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
That's going to be 21 points of damage.
Nice. So, which one are you aiming at? The one that was freshly reanimated, or the one that was kind of?
One that was previously reanimated because it's nearest the boar.
Okay. How would you want to do this?
Arrow to the back of the head because I'm behind it. Just little,
Straight out of its mouth. And he's gone.
and then
Need
the
a
boar is 20 feet away from the one that's. So it's going to charge it. So it's going to try and attack it with a charge, and that's going to be that's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
So it's going to charge. So it does 9 points of damage.
Okay. Good to know. And it is their turn. They don't get a turn. Let's say his turn. Is he in range of Nora? Yes, he is. He fails, and he takes Yeah, I'll say that'll do it. So you guys see Nora turn around and the spirits behind her just all charge forward, like they're all running, and go basically slash through as they run through this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all taking hits. And when sort of the light clears, he's a smoldering corpse on the floor.
Oof.
And you guys are out of combat.
Awesome.
Sorry guys, that was a...
Finally.
Let me switch
I am-
cameras.
I'm going to walk up to the Myconid. Can you understand me?
Sorry, let me turn off my... Do you guys mind if I take a quick pee break?
No, yeah, sure.
How
go for it.
dare you? Yes.
Thank you.
That
That
fun.
was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was convinced that one of us wasn't going to make it out.
We need to prepare for the possibility that the dragon is just on its own course at the moment. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to bull rush back.
I don't know what else we could do at this point, because like I'm completely tapped out, and
Well, maybe if we get some of the lady Olga or whatever her name is, to provide us with some people who can drive sleds, and maybe an additional sled. They drive the sled. We sleep on the sled. We're got a long rest by the time we get to the town, cutting off the dragon.
yeah,
You're going to have a hard time convincing Turbik that we shouldn't be killing her now.
Well, the thing is, we heal the Myconid, we let it grow, like say, go off, grow, overthrow this place in time, and then we just keep our fingers crossed that he'll eventually full on dead space this entire stronghold.
Or use him to reanimate some of the bodies, and then we have a bigger force to go attack. What's her name?
We did. I have to say, we did do a deal with the lady. I mean, I don't like it. I don't want to agree with it, but we did do a deal with her.
Yeah, that's part of Calvin's lawful nature. Which is why he's pro Myconid infestation, because that's a degree of separation he's cool with.
I'm with Caliban on it. Oreo's with Caliban on this one. Oreo is a lawful chap too. See, he's very good in his.
I didn't say that you couldn't talk him into leaving anyone alive. I'm just saying that you're going to have to.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Sit.
I mean, I'm with Nora that
That's my
we need
turn.
to kill all these and collapse the fortress somehow. Like,
One step at a time. I'm gonna go up to the Myconid. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He looks at you, and sorry, I might have to put the dog out. He's getting a bit tired of not being. Anyway, so the large mushroom guy just kind of looks at you and goes, kind of trying to figure you out, and just kind of bows gently.
Maybe you'll understand this. I hold my hand out, not to like touch him without consent, but hoping he'll like hold his hand out as well.
You see it kind of move the stump that got ripped off, and then kind of look down, realize that he doesn't have that arm, and reach out with the other one.
And as soon as our hands connect, I'll use my last 5 points of lay on hands.
Okay. And the energy kind of fills him, and you see like a little bit of the stump kind of like this is a mushroom guy, so he's not a human being. Just that little bit of healing starts to a process that seems to regrow the side of his arm a little bit.
Nora, do you have anything for him?
I do, but I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit tapped out. If we need healing, are you sure?
Here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if we have the strength to take on this fortress, but we keep this guy healthy. We get him somewhere safe in this fortress, out the way, quiet. He can gestate. He can spread. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but he could bring this fortress down like a disease.
I hope you're saying this quite quietly to the ally Durgar, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right, let's think about it for a second. But sure, okay. Nora will be like, "All right then. And she'll put her hand on him and heal him for 10 points of healing, and his arm grows back. And he just kind of looks at you and starts to walk out of the room.
Wait.
Turns around and looks at you.
Oreo, try undercoming.
I walk next to him, so I'm out the earshot of the allied Durgar. If I can do that, that's possible, DM.
Sure.
And I walk out with him, and I say, we have started the process of clearing out this place. This place can be yours to take over if you wish.
What's his insight? He looks at you, tilts his head slightly like a dog, and then back, and gives you a little nod, and seems to make his way through and out of the tunnel that the Durga was trying to run away from.
Okay. I turn to Caliban and go, well, I think that's the plan in action.
And the two Durga allies at this point approach you because they were kind of making sure that everybody was dead. They were kind of going to all their kind of mates' bodies and just plunging a dagger like into their hearts to make sure they were dead. And they come back to you guys and go, "Who the fuck are you?"
We are allies of Gondolfa.
Ah, excellent. So it has begun.
Yeah,
It has ended.
that too.
Well,
Unless there's anyone else we should be aware of.
we are going to regroup, but I would suggest you get the fuck out of our home. And they go back into... Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it anymore. They go back in the room that they exited from, and they seem to disappear into it.
Let's follow Mushroom Man. See what he does.
Let's go kill those
You want
two.
to follow the mushroom guy?
I whisper to Durbik, if we can get that mic set up, then they're already dead.
All
So
right.
you follow the mushroom man stomping away?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
No, Oreo's just, Oreo's just umming with his pipe and thinking. He's thinking,
As you attempt to follow into the dark tunnel, the micronid, like you can see him, a faint green glow into the distance, stepping away and moving away. You see that this tunnel goes on, like, beyond the range of any vision.
Even my dark vision.
It looks to be like, you can kind of tell because of how far he managed to get in the time you guys were talking, that it's at least 600 foot long, and beyond that
wow.
you can't see.
Caliban,
Okay.
I don't think we should follow him. I think we should get out of Dodge, and if we need to, come back here, because we are in no fit state to take on Grundolfa and the rest of the Durgar. I mean, I'm
Or anyone
capable.
else.
Well, I'm capable of. I'm not injured and I can sneak around, but I can only do so much. And if Mr.
understand.
Hakeem is tapped out, and Nora is tapped out, and you're tapped out, that means that the only people that are capable of doing anything are you, Caliban, to an extent, Durbeck, and myself. And
How sure are
sorry
you
to
that the
say-
Might understood our intent?
I would say pretty damn sure.
Very well. Perhaps not Grindolfa, but maybe any straggling loyalists to the king. If we can take them out before they're persuaded to surrender, then this fortress will be all the more weaker when the Myconid strikes back.
I agree with that.
All right.
So we're just going to make our way out and yeah. Okay.
Kill any
Yeah.
more loyalists. Let's explore this place thoroughly.
Explore this place thoroughly or get the fuck out.
I guess explore this place. My vote is explore this place thoroughly for any more loyalist stragglers. That way we can cull as many of their numbers as possible with the aid of Grindolfa's people, and then they've got less people they can persuade to switch sides, and then there's just less of them overall. And then hope they're weak enough for the Myconid to clean house.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to make sure that you guys get a sense of this fortress, rather than describe it, because that might take a while, I want to make sure you guys understand the size of it. I think you've done enough of the major combats that I don't feel like I'm giving too much away by doing this. Give me 1 second.
I was going to ask if we have a sense of how much of it we've actually explored so far. I would assume not.
Yeah.
You're not sure because it's such a sprawling underground cavern, but I will show. I will show you. I will show you.
No, I would say, Tier 4, that I say that we go away and deal with the dragon, and come back with some dwarven forces and maybe some other forces, and take out and clear this mess improperly. What do you say, Nora? Do you think the dwarves will come back with us? Hammer Clan will come back with us and clear out the Duragar properly once and for all?
Well, I can only speak for those I know personally, but the extent of this operation, it must be stamped out. I feel like I could convince at least a few of our kind to come back here. I'm just worried that they will regroup and we won't be able to take it back as easily. But yes, we will have reinforcements.
We may have more allies, and we might even be able to negotiate them. Your fortress, are there any passages that lead to the way down below?
We try not to get too deep, as it's full of dangerous creatures.
Here's a middle ground that Durbek's reasonably happy with. But you're concerned that we've made a commitment to Grindella.
Well, not to kill her, yes. I
think we need to leave as fast as we can and find out what's happening with the dragon.
I agree. I also think
because
it's worth finding.
If we discover something else in here, that dragon's gonna be further and further away for us to deal with.
We should move quickly.
Okay. You have 2 ways up. Where would you like to go?
Let's take the one we didn't go, just in case.
Yeah.
The other elevator.
So the way up.
So in the throne room, there's 2 doors that you can see, one on the left, one on the right.
Go through the one on the right where the Durgar went through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you follow the Durgar into this room, let me see if I can find the right room. It is X21. It contains braziers of glowing hot coals, and there's loud mechanical noises coming from another door next to it. And there's just a small table with some chairs. It looks like it was kind of like a watch station.
Door to the left, then let's go through.
As you push the door to the left open, you see another elevator. And as you enter the room, actually, funnily enough, the platform is arriving down for you.
You
climb on board.
Yep.
You wait the 1 minute that it takes for it to change direction. And you start to rise up and up the 100 feet that it is to the main floor level. And you arrive back into that first room that you guys had gored the guy that was invisible in. And it's currently empty. Do you just proceed straight out of the fortress the way you came?
Do we think it's worth trying to recruit a couple of Duragar to drive our sleds so we may try to get some sort of arrest on them?
Well, we'll just rotate. So whoever's driving sleeps, and whoever sleeps drives. I will rotate.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably...
My trust for Duragar is not great.
I can give Trailblazer a specific instruction and just sleep on him in the meantime as well, so... I can help with that.
Okay. So you guys exit the front, right out of the front doors, which are still open, and you kind of see no one and hear no one, at least without going back in rooms that you probably wouldn't want to go in. But the path looks oddly clear and empty. You get out of the front door and There's a lot of wind and snow blowing about. It's relatively clear night, but it's always got a little bit of snow. And you just start making your way down the winding staircase.
I'm gonna send a telepathic feeler out to Trailblazer. Do I still feel him?
Yes.
Cool.
I
Trailblazer's still alive.
suggest we head for Goodmead.
I agree. If the
Dugan's
dragon's
Hole, we
still
may be
alive,
too
we'll
late.
never catch.
We may be too late for Dugan's Hole.
So Goodmead was the last one on the dragon stop. Is that
Second
fine?
one.
Second one.
So, sorry, Goodmead. I don't know what I was thinking. 1 second. What am I doing? Sorry, I've lost track of my sound stuff. I think I'm just hearing someone's background noise really loudly.
Oh, I thought that was just me.
No.
Is that me, maybe?
Yes. That's quite loud, I think. That's okay. Okay, cool. I was getting confused. I thought I was generating that noise. Okay. So you get down, you find your sleds. What would you like to do?
Who knows the direction to Goodmead?
I can know the direction to Goodmead.
Okay. I will command Trailblazer telepathically to follow Oreo, and I will just hop on Trailblazer and try to fall asleep.
All right. Well, so just to give you a perspective, so Oreo now, with your ranger kind of skills that you've been developing, you would know this. It's going to take you 13 hours of non-stop driving to get to East Haven. To get to Goodmead, probably a bit less than that, maybe 10, 11 hours of just non-stop driving the sled without any rest for the dogs or anyone driving it.
Would we be able to rotate and through those 10 hours gain the benefit of a long rest if we are smart about it?
You'll have to try and see, like, especially the part down the mountain. It's going to be really rough. Like you'll literally be racing, like on an old-timey carriage on bumpy terrain. So you can certainly try.
So it's either 2 days or 1 day, and we're risking exhaustion.
If we don't hurry, there'll be nothing left to save.
Then let's risk it. I'll drive. I can take the hit of the exhaustion.
Trailblazer can also, I can just dismiss him when I want. So
So I think the spellcasters need to rest, and me and Durbik, I think, can drive the sleds because we can take the hits of the exhaustion.
Okay.
I thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
And you mush the dogs and start blazing down the mountain as fast as you can. It's pretty dangerous. It's super bumpy. And you guys, Akeem and Caliban, you're kind of... Actually, sorry, only Akeem is riding shotgun, right? Because Caliban's got his own mount now.
Yeah.
And Nora.
I'm just like...
Nora and Akeem are just kind of holding on like they're on the roller coaster. And you, Caliban, you're trying to try and sleep, but your mount is doing its best to keep up with the sleds on difficult terrain, so it's super bumpy.
I would have thought the Axbeak would have it easier on the terrain because of its sort of long, spidery legs.
It's downhill on a mountain at full speed.
I didn't say easy, I said
with 2
easier
legs.
than the sleds.
But as you rush and run as fast as you can towards the faint, distant light of 10 towns, you can barely see twinkle down on the other side of the mountains. A sinking feeling in your heart of what if we're too late? And doubt creeps into your heart. But no, you gotta make it in time. You have to make it in time. There's no other choice. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
Oh.
Hey! Thank you, Dre.
Thank you, guys. Oh, I can't hear you, man. I'm gonna say goodbye to the audience. Bye, everyone. I hope it worked out
everyone.
on the multi-stream. Please let us know in the comments.